Hey, what's up? So this is Nick, and this is the first time talking to you and giving you something other than just text, and that's the best thing I've done because it's not good that I've sent you as many texts as I have. Um, um, yeah, um, I really enjoyed making that song, that recording, and I hope you enjoy it because it came from my heart, and I am so you know happy to be in contact with you. Um, this is ridiculous because I didn't get to see you, and I don't know if you know you expect any expressions that mean anything, and I kind of need to you know express myself a little bit better. I said some things that I guess are sort of inappropriate, and you know, looking at myself now, I hate myself. You know, I just don't want to stop. I'm saying convenience is number one, and this has been happening. If I didn't have convenience, I spent half my money already, and it's just a harsh world. And I guess you're working hard, and you're doing something, and you know, I have to try to understand that. I kind of express myself through the fact that people break up, people don't live together, people don't do things together, and people don't, you know, live for each other. Anyways, you know, I I just hope I can kind of drag myself out of the situation and try better. I got a friend that wants to help me out and um, do more with me, but I haven't seen him in 2 years, and I was kind of an acquaintance, and he said that he's like willing to help me out with funds, and I think that's really cool. But I think it's you know what I'm saying, better to ask you because you're part of my dream, and I mean I said something so strong to you, and you responded perfectly. Although you know, look at me now. I've gone through several years of torture. I've chosen to let go of my dad. I've chosen to let go of my mom partially, and I really don't want to talk to her again. You're my only emotional support. You're my only love interest, and you're my only person that I want to be with. And you know, I don't look at myself in the mirror. This is crazy how I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm realizing how sad it is to be somebody that doesn't have good health. Um, let's talk about something I posted. Um, you know, I said something like you're my soulmate and you're the only one for me. Uh, it's partially true. It's not. I mean, I just what I'm saying. It's like energy doesn't come from anywhere, and I realized that I chose this as a 12-year-old, and I'm extremely exhilarated because it's amazing how I can remember who you are and how I am the same person, you know. And I just remember what you wrote in court, and it didn't scar me for life, but it made me feel like you were being selfish. And you know, a month later, I've spent half my money, and I've um, you know played the game wrongly, and I want to say I regret these things, but hey, I wouldn't be talking right now and trying. I wouldn't have these headphones if I didn't do what I did. I wouldn't feel as comfortable as if I didn't do what I did. You know, This is so awkward because I wonder why I look like this. What right? You know what I'm saying? Why do I can't show you because I don't have any pants on. Um, you know, and guess what? I have something good to tell you. I can't focus my eyes. Um, I basically, um, you know, I basically have a very strong connection between my heart and what I feel for you. And this is something that I, I, I'm so glad to have because it makes me feel like I'm not alone. And it makes me feel like I'm happy with somebody who I really do feel feelings for. And I know that this would basically come about this once my dad chose to, abuse my relationship with me. He died like around September 17th, 2015. And it was the most stupidest thing ever because he just chose to overdose and kill himself. You know, I thought he would die of alcoholism, but no, he died of heroin. You know, at least I'm not dying of heroin. I tried crystal meth once in Los Angeles. It was like the beginning of February 2021, and it was stupid. I felt horrible, and I remember sitting at the train station the next day, and I was trying to cope with the feelings that I had from the heroin. No, I'm sorry, crystal meth, and I realized what happened. It's like my brain was sentenced to the oven because I just promised myself I'm never going to do this again, and it comes out in other ways in my health because I'm realizing that I am not coping with some of these feelings successfully. You know, I mean, I don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? If you want to like say this, for instance, you're just a pretty face that I guess I fell in love with. Okay, you know, but I feel that I found my love for you in the right place through the acceleration that you know you were grown in Chicago. I was grown in Chicago, but you were given a real opportunity to be a teenager in Florida. I convinced myself I was a worthy person through that, as well as I kind of convinced myself that trying would be a good thing if I was friends with David and other people like Jason Freeman and Josh Graham and a couple other people that was really cool, and they were part of my class. Um, you know, I made an effort to watch your graduation. I made an effort to listen to what your speech was. I think your GPA was around a 5.0. It's crazy. I don't even understand how you guys try that hard and succeed. Um, and I hate to make this video long. I'll try to, it's just it says 9 minutes right now. Anyways, I didn't see you in my graduation. I needed your support. I needed somebody's support. I don't even care. I would have hugged David. I would have hugged somebody that gives a shit, because somebody that's normal, you know. I don't understand why, Vincent didn't even show up. Vincent, and I don't even understand why. Basically, I don't understand why my dad and my mom, basically chose to do what they did, because all I got was hate, and it's sad, and I'm very unhappy because nobody gave me the right opportunity. I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm at the In-Town Suites. If you want to look it up, it's on the north side. And basically, I'm kind of trying to make myself feel comfortable. My uncle, my stepdad emphasized the fact that I should go to University of Texas at Austin which is in the town or city, and I think you've probably seen it because you said that you live or your mother worked here, and I basically I think it's cool, but it's retarded because I'm traveling too much and I'm ditching the states, and I don't even what I'm saying I don't want to go into the legal stuff, as probably they'll come in text or another video. I fell in love with the fact that I can probably go to a private university and be able to pay so much money. It would be worth it if I could. I can go to DePaul. I can, you know, study computer science. I can study finance. I can study um, economics. I can study, you know, who cares? You know, I mean, if you were my girlfriend, you took care of me and told me I was going to study writing, I'd write, even though it'd be the hardest degree ever. And I think you'd have to show me why I should try. It's really hard to tell you that because you probably will never do that for anybody. And I just don't know what to say because I am in the stuck rut. Now I have like $4,500 left. I've spent $6,000 in a month. And I don't think that the eligibility for me getting on Social Security is kind of harsh, and it's going to take a little while, probably a month or a month and a half. And I think this is really harsh. And I think that you would really help me out if you can give me a couple of choices. But I'm not going to ask for that directly. I mean, I mention it, but I'm not going to ask for it. There's a difference between mentioning and asking, and that's coming out of my heart. Just like coming out of my heart is me telling you I want you to be my spouse, the woman I love, the woman I care about, the woman I want to feel feelings for every day. You know, my sexual identity is you. I care about you. Who are the person I want to be with, and you know, I feel so shitty that like I haven't grown into somebody as strong as you. You know, I I wrote you difficult emails, and I don't blame you if you send them to the detective. And I don't want to fear that because it's really awkward and it's stupid. Like I said, it's like being deported from the fucking state that you fucking live in. I'm really scared of living in LA, and you know, there's no reason for me to live there unless it's with you. Um, and you know what? Just you know, and as you digest this, I should probably take a pause. You know, uh, I just hope you understand. That it's been celibacy for years, and I love you. I love David. He's like my brother. It'd be really awesome if I can call him, my brother. It would be awesome if I could call your mom and dad my mom and dad. I don't. This is really a technical. My dad was Tony Anthony Patino. I'm sorry, Tony John Patino. You know, we lived in 60638 in Chicago, and this is a zip code. And you know what? He was an okay father, but he was awkward, and then I mean, he was bad. And I know your father is a lot better because I've seen him once and he talked to me. He basically gave me a charm, and that's when I was like 12. I made the honor roll, and David made the honors, and I remember, we got ice cream sandwiches, and that was really cool. And I remember seeing your dad, and he was like, um, hey, what's up? You're interested in being friends with them, and I was like, yeah. And he probably knew that I was the person that was in love with you. And it was like, you know what? If you want to say hi, that's cool. You know, which is so happy. I feel so happy I sing that song to you. Um, I want to just do something normal for once, and I want to be a part of your life, something normal. I want to understand what it means to have pressure on yourself and try to do something. You know, you changed the way your face looked. so strongly. And every photo you do, I can't. I understand I understand how I'm looking, but you know, I can't. I can't do the same thing you do. You know, even though I think the better and more I keep on talking, the more I kind of look normal. Um, uh, you know, I'm gonna, you know, I'll create another video probably and go over what I told you about several things. I gave you some fucking long posts. They were irrational in 2021, August of 2021. And you know what? Guess what? I know now that they were survival techniques. And that's really awkward because it's not the same way to communicate with somebody and make that chemistry that you want to be with. You want to accept yourself with. And I hope that it's uh, a worth it investment because I love you and I've loved you since I first seen you. And it's been romantic and I don't want to be anything else but romantic. And you know what? I, I'm so happy that I'm talking to you. You know, the song expresses, you know, you have no place for me. Why you set me soul on fire? I'm insignificant. I'll tell them. And basically, I'm trying to say, you have no plans for me. You don't know, you know, anything for me. You know, and you know, that's the whole kick. The song that I and exceed, exceed, express myself through, have a point, and I think it's really cool. You know, I said when I contacted your Gmail, and I contacted your Gmail, and I went through a couple of things. You know, I said something like I have ED, and I said something like I want to tie you up and shower you with love. You know, um, those are irrational thoughts. And you know what? In my opinion, when you love somebody, it's the truth that you're supposed to be there with them. And it's really harsh how I'm giving you such an open relationship that's not strongly geared towards um, power and strength, because I know that's what you practice with not only other men but with other peers. And I can see it since I can see that I see that what you were accustomed to as a teenager. And you know, I'm so happy that I'm not even dead, and it makes me so happy to just talk to you. And I could talk to a therapist. It's just they're not going to work with me unless I have another support system. You know, I want you to be with me. I've waited 15 years to talk to you. I'm not Vincent. I'm not going to have an attitude. I'm not going to fucking pretend like I'm just. Or I'm not going. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do what he did. You know. I'm not going to be the person that makes havoc to the untrustful. I'm going to categorize everything. I'm going to categorize the whole time I've contacted you, the past 3 years, as a trust fall. And you got what it takes to make it. You got what it takes to help me. You got what it takes to listen to this. You got what it takes to make it through the 20 minutes, which I'll try to cut it out. because I hope this doesn't cut off. Um, I've been through several stalking cases, and nobody's given me what you've given me, but I don't deserve it. And if you want to, if you want to look at me asking you to marry me as punishment, then so be it. And if you want me to categorize my um, interest and you know my interest and my pursuit of something that means something so much to me, that because on my side that's life or death. That's life or death. And I don't want to be without. I don't want to be without your family. I don't want to be. I don't want to be without Tony. I don't want to be without because I talked to Uncle Joey, and he's in Illinois, and we used to live in Barrington. And you know what? He's my uncle. He gave my dad a job. He worked at ASL/US Transportations. He was a very successful man. He's retired. He tells me he goes on long walks. He cares about his health. He has a different woman from his marriage. His marriage was with Donna Holzman, and um, you know, I, you know, I mean, my family's abandoned me. I don't got them anymore. If you want me to change my name to Zumbo, I don't give a flying fuck. I'll be Nicholas Anthony Zumbo or change my name to fucking Andrew. I don't care. You know, I'll take the restraining orders you've given. It makes me feel so bad. Probably spend like $500 on that, and I'll copy and paste the signature you got and put it on that marriage certificate because I want to be with you, and I don't care if it's real or not. You know, you know what I'm saying. But I said some things that you need to live through, as well as respond to, because I need to hear from you. I listened to a couple of videos on YouTube. I got that one video that I bought a long time ago that you do about the body, not the body swap. I forgot what it is, the the head thing, and I hope you didn't have sex with that guy because that's awkward. Um, you know, the last thing I want to express to you, I talked about a tiny bit, is you know how much I know my heart. Um, Today was great. I've been up for 30 hours, more than 30 hours, more than 30 hours, and I know why. Because I'm running on a adrenaline that makes me feel so good. I think of you as your soulmate. I mean, you might not be my wife. I don't know what it is to have a wife. I don't know what it is to have a girlfriend. And I don't know what it is to have anybody else but you. Because you're my soulmate. And I chose you. And that was the best decision I made. Because I've been so successful as a high schooler. It's not even funny. It's just when I learned the fact that emotional trust or emotional support is a must. Nobody was there for me. I want to say shame on you for not showing up to my graduation. I want to say shame on you. I want to say shame on you and your brother. I want to say shame on, I want to say shame on, a couple different people. I watched the Fort Myers graduation, and that was extremely emotional. I remember seeing the first name was Caitlin Abrams. I was like, what? If this woman just screams. I'm like, what the fuck you screaming for? And I was so happy because I seen everybody graduate from Lexington, from that place. The cat around 5, 6 o'clock today. I was saying to myself, if I die, you're welcome to my vigil and my funeral, because I was so fucking scared. I ate, I ate out 3 times today, and I'm, I'm fucking obese. I want to work out. I want to be stronger. I want to care. I want to be the man of your dreams. I want to try. I want to, joke. I want to try. And I'm going to tell you this right now because I'm tired of waiting. Because this was me, and I think I was contacting you as my dad, Uncle Joey Patino. I have ED. I had ED since 14. I had ED since Caitlin broke up with me. I had ED since I tried to get over you. And I had no capability of being sexually attracted to anybody. I'm attracted to love. I'm attracted to pure happiness and love. I'm attracted to my heart's wills and desires. And I love you. And in my dreams, we've made love several times. And it's romantic. I'm happy. You may never be with me. And I never be able to share my love with you. I can't imagine. You know what I'm saying? It's so daring to see you talk about your uterus or a uterus over the fucking website. Because what you're really doing is, you're just penetrating me. You're showing me, I'm not going to talk about that. I believe you're the one for me because I love at first sight, and it's happy. I traveled all the way to Austin, Texas in 2000 and I think 12 as a 16-year-old. And guess what? My mom wanted to take me in. My biological mom wanted to take me in. And you know what? She wanted me to go to an arts high school. I checked it out. I went to the band department. I seen the drum line. And the drum line was so cool. I was like, wow, these people are fucking cool. These people are so fucking advanced and willing and cool. And we're like the fucking kids from Naples. And I'm like, wow, this is so happy. But I realized you weren't there. I would never see you. I seen you only like 4 times on my upper class years. And it's really awkward because I'm never going to remember what I wanted. I chose calculus to try, which was a horrible teacher. And I guess what? I chose it, and I hate the decision. I should have let the class go. I should have never tried. I should have just tried the fucking play, the play where you were dancing. God damn, it hurts to talk about it. It hurts to talk about it. I just remember you were doing stretches, and I felt like I was enclaved, yes, encapsulated, and I don't know why you never talked to me, because it was so unloving and so unhappy, but yet it was very happy to be around the person that I loved. It was so happy to see David at the football game that I remember was in October 2013. And he looked at me and he basically gave me so much hope to at least believe in myself and express myself through him. and your genes and his genes and the company of Anthony and Tony. I'm sorry, Anthony and Dee, Anthony and Denise. And I realized that it's a really healthy family. You know, I mean, it's one of the greatest experiences I had. Now it's 30 minutes. I'll try to cut the video off and make a different video and probably record something else. Your Gmail account is marissarosezumbo@gmail.com. I'll send this to there, or I'll try to make a new Facebook account because you blocked me and I was getting excited. And guess what? That's unfair. Or at least I think it is. I'm willing to understand. I told you I understand the fact you're not exactly a kid anymore. You're not exactly an innocent person. You know, excuse me. And you know what? I mean, it's got to bother you somewhat that I tell you that you're my soulmate. It's got to bother you at least a little bit. It's got to bother you so much, you better respond. If you send this to the DA, I'm going to bitch them out. Because they did a poor job. They treated me like shit. I spent about 10 months in the goddamn, ground. Whatever it's called. HOH, House of Fucking Observation, High Observation. Because I couldn't handle the social problems, the scarce, the street mentality of Los Angeles. I couldn't handle the fucking poor people of Los Angeles. And I want to let you know about this because this is something that the cops, the detectives, and every fucking person that lives in the fucking Los Angeles greater area needs to understand. I've done so much wrong in Chicago. I've abused so many things. I've committed so many crimes. I did them because I was homeless and I didn't have money and I was waiting for so many things to happen. And guess what? I basically never got arrested. I had a warrant in McHenry County for masturbating at fucking Crystal Lake Metro. And guess what? They let me off the hook twice without extraditing me from Cook County. And they didn't want me to go to jail. I have never been charged with a crime in Chicago. And I'm going to jail for shitty crimes that are insignificant in Los Angeles and fucking Fort Myers because I'm carrying